I would imagine too that, having the years put into coaching that you do, you probably maybe have a story or two where maybe it was one of your worst coaching stories, and then you have one where it's one of your best.
Yeah.
Can you share either or both with us?
Yeah.
An example, maybe?
Yeah, I can. It's interesting. I was just thinking through some things, reflecting back last night. And, if we're all honest and transparent, of course, there's things that didn't go the way that we had hoped and the ways that we had liked. When I first started full-time coaching, when we launched this practice, and I'd been coaching prior to that within the organization that I worked with, but when I launched this practice full-time, just that eagerness to help people. And sometimes in our over-eagerness to help people, we are moving to that place of trying to fix everything, and that's not what a coach is supposed to do.
Right.
And I remember one client in particular early in my practice where he was a CEO of a company, a high level, but stuck in this victim mode, and it brought him power and wanted to stay there even though he said he didn't, but everything in his actions did. And so I spent months, I wasn't really coaching him. I was trying to fix him and trying to save him and trying to rescue him. And that was probably my worst coaching experience because one, we didn't accomplish it.
Right.
And of course we didn't because I wasn't using the right techniques. And two, it was exhausting. It was just completely draining.
Right. And then how about a positive, a good one?
Yeah, that's more fun, right?
Yeah.
Let's
and
talk
there's
about
lots of those.
There are, yes. And so thinking about, and that was some of the things that actually as I was reflecting on this and just thinking about what are some of the things, and may I just share a couple of things from different people?
Sure.
So thinking about why do people come to a coach? And of course, I'm not going to use anyone's names, but a huge success story which just happened recently. As CEO of an organization. It has been for a couple of generations a family-run business that has grown very large, and they're looking to shift that, bring in some different shareholders. They're wanting to, divest of some of this, and so creating a succession plan was one thing. And so we've been working together now for 2 years and really created this strong succession plan that it's actually a 5-year plan. But then also within that succession plan, part of, and this one is a man, part of what he is struggling with was, delegating, of course, and letting some things go that needed to be let go. And then also proponent of that was work-life balance. He wanted better work-life balance. He said, I want to find my happiness. I want to find my joy again. And I am happy to say he, this past summer, went on a European vacation for 2 weeks with his wife and didn't check email or the phone, but just he said a couple of times. So that's a huge success story. Yes, but learn to delegate and trust over time these other people around him as he's developing them, so that he was beginning to free himself to get to do these things.
Can you share a couple more success stories with us too, where you went into a situation with an individual or a group or a team where they were at this point, and then you got them to that point?
Yeah. So talking about teams in particular, so there is an organization that we actually probably mid to large size organization, but they have been going through all kinds of acquisitions over the last few years. So think about that all that different cultural growth coming in. And so you've got people that had been in the organization for 25, 30 years, other people coming in brand new that maybe they had been in their organizations this long, and then because they're growing so rapidly, lots of new people that didn't even belong to any of those organizations. And so that has been one of the places we actually created a 5-year transition plan that we have been working on, where we have custom developed different workshops, and we do what we call a diagonal slice, where we got feedback from every single level. And people that had been in the organization a long time, had just come in, had just merged in, or were acquired from another company. What do you think needs to happen here? So they helped us develop these programs, and they are put in a certain order so that the language, they all learn the language. They can all use that in their vernacular, and we have a lot of fun too, so that we're building some relationships in these times. And then there's certain key people that were identified as influencers that are also getting executive coaching too, so that they're continuing to be the influencers in the things that they're learning.